This was the second least profitable item that sold in the last 24 hours on eBay. It's Benny Goodman. Let's see. Where is it? Complete RCA Victor Small Group Master Takes. So this one I took an offer on. This came from that large 2 separate 5-box CD donations that I've got. They were probably separated by about 4 or 5 months, and they just had excellent CDs in there. Soundtracks, jazz like this one, as well as classical. And they were all in almost brand new condition. It appears that they had been listened to. It was done with wearing gloves, and then the CDs were stored somewhere where they did not get exposed to sunlight. They weren't tossed around. Just an amazing condition. And so this one sold. I took an offer. This was going for $11.99. I had it listed for $11.99 plus shipping. Took an offer of $10. That's the kind of offer I love. A respectable, reasonable offer. I'm more than willing to take a $2 difference. It's the ones where it's $11.99 and then they offer me $3 that are absurd, or it's $39.99 and they offer me $12. Those are the offers that are always absurd to me. The only reason I would take an offer like that is if it's something that had been sitting for a really long time and I just wanted to get rid of it and I hadn't seen much interest in it, then I would potentially entertain a really low offer. But otherwise, I counter with something more reasonable, and usually they don't accept it because they offer me such a low amount. But sometimes they do. So you never know. With this one, it was $10. So after fees and shipping, I profited $6.34 on this one. So not a high price item, but it is actually the second least profitable item of the last 24 hours. And it is October 27th, 2023. So it's in the morning, on Friday morning. And this is everything that sold since yesterday through this morning. Something else just sold as well, but I'm not going to be able to ship that out till tomorrow. Para la gente, let's see if you can see it. Oh, it's kind of difficult to see. Little Joe, where is it? Little Joe y la Familia. So this is like norteño tejano music, and this is a really rare CD. There was only, it was either 1 or 2 other CDs that are currently available on eBay. I had it listed for $50. This is one where it wasn't insanely low, but it was a lot lower than I had it offered. They offered $30. I counter with $35. It's plus shipping, and they accepted it. This is one that not that many people are going to want or be looking for, but it is something that when the right person comes along, they are willing to pay more for it because it is more rare. This one I've never seen before. It's unlikely I will see it again. And it was the second highest selling item on eBay for me the last 24 hours. So this was $35 plus shipping. This came from a donation that I got picked up actually back in September. It was 10 or 12 boxes, some books, some DVDs, and a good amount of CDs. A lot of great CDs in there. Many Spanish language CDs like this one that have been selling slowly but surely, and some stuff that I put in my store. So this one was This one was $35 plus shipping. So after eBay fees and the shipping that I paid, it's $28.40 of profit. And it took, September, October. Yeah, it only took a little bit over a month to sell. It feels like I listed it so long ago, but it wasn't that long ago. This was my least profitable sale on eBay in the last day. This one is called a book, More in Sorrow by Wolcott Gibbs. And let's see, this book is from 1964. I'm not quite sure. I don't know actually where the source of this was, but this is an example of something that sold for very low money because I had a promotion. I have a promotion running, and I think this is the third or fourth since I started running this 45% off promotion for my older items. I have over 40 items in that promotion right now, that markdown sale. So I'm glad that it sold because a lot of this stuff is older. This is from a couple of years ago. My assumption is it was from a donation. I unfortunately did not put where it came from, although I do know that the very first person I ever hired to list items on eBay for me listed this for me. So I know it's 2+ years ago because it's been quite a while since she worked for me. She listed hundreds and hundreds of items that I still see coming in almost on a weekly basis. And now with that promotion running, I keep upping the promotion. I started at like 35, 30, and now it's up to 45%. Every month I increase it by 5% because I really need to sell that stuff off. And it's compelling, 45% off for people. And I'm seeing more coming in this time around. So that's sold. This sold for $8.24, free shipping. That's right, 45% off. So that means it was going for what? Maybe around 14 bucks, 15 bucks. I don't do free shipping anymore, but this is one of them that was free shipping after fees, eBay fees, and my shipping, which was, the $3.92 media mail. I made a whopping $2.84. So these are the kind of items, though, that I want to get out of my inventory, and I'm willing to take a lot less for them to move them out and make space, more storage space for better items that I'm listing now. This book is just about tied with the CD I sold in terms of most profit. This one is The Right to Heresy. What is it? Castillo Against Calvin by Stefan Zweig. This is hardcover, first edition, 1951. This was listed on eBay by someone that listed even more items for me previously. So this one, though, I'm not sure how long it's been up there. Just figured it out. September 22nd of 2022. So I've had this up for 13 months, and it finally sold for $34.99 plus shipping. So this was a nice profit of $29. And this one took quite a while to sell, but let's see, did I have a promo? Nope. And this one did not sell. It was promoted, but it did not sell. With the, what is that called when you add the promotion to it? I can't remember right now, but the promoted listing percentage. So this one is a former library copy, but it is a first edition, so it's more collectible. However, it is obviously not selling like hotcakes. So this is one of those long tails. You have to ask yourself for these kind of books, are you okay waiting potentially 13 months, as this specific example shows you, to sell an item for 35 bucks and make $29 after all fees and your own shipping? I think it's worth it, but it's up to you. Again, you got to have the patience, you got to have the space, and really, have both of those, because otherwise you're going to go crazy not selling this stuff. And even myself, do I have the patience to do this? I guess I do, because I keep doing it. I don't really have that much patience, but on the other hand, I'm okay with it. Because I know that if I keep putting up items like this that legitimately sell for over $30, that eventually they will sell, and I'll make some decent money on them. But again, if this was a $15 book, or like that previous one, it's not worth it. There's just not enough profit in there. But this one, definitely there was, and so I'm glad that I hung on to this one. November 10th of 2020 is when I listed this book, The Modern Woodcut. I'm not sure of the origin of this, but I assume it was a donation. I don't believe I paid for it. This book is from 1924, so that's pretty awesome. I like selling these older books. It has beautiful illustrations. A study of the evolution of the craft of woodcutting. So there's really awesome illustrations. Let me see. As you can see those right here. But even though it has these beautiful illustrations, it took a long time. Guys, it took almost 3 years to sell this. Now, you're probably asking me, how much did it sell for? Well, it was sold under one of those, the promotion that I'm running right now, the 45% off. So it sold for $39.05. I had it listed for 70-ish bucks, I believe. Yeah, $71. Free shipping, unfortunately. But what do you think I profited after all is said and done? So it sold for $39.05. It's heavy. I ended up having to pay over $7 for shipping, and that's with media mail. But I profited $23.37. So is that worth it? Again, this sat since November 22nd of 2020. So that is almost 3 years, just shy of 3 years, 2 years and what, 10 months? This is an extreme long tail. For $23, I don't know. I don't know if it's worth it. I mean, when I listed it, I felt that it would sell quicker because of all the cool illustrations and how old it is and all that stuff. But again, I was listing, I've learned a lot more now. I'm not quite sure. I had to look at the listing to see. Maybe I didn't put enough information. Maybe I didn't have the title be good enough title. But it took quite a while to sell. So there was not a big demand. And I'm glad it sold because it's big and it took up a lot of space. And again, 45% off. Somebody got a deal. But again, I made $23.37. And that I'm happy with. Twofold to make that amount of profit and to get it off my shelves. So that's 3. Is that 3? I think that was 3 items. So there was this one, the other book. I think it was only those 2. Yeah, it was just those 2. This book and the other one, the $8 one, that are part of that 45% off promotion. So that's the one I just started. Excuse me, last week. So we'll see if I keep on selling a lot of those. Then, the next round, I do it for a month. So in October, in November 21st or 2nd is when that'll end. And then I'll bump it up to 50%, and we'll see if that has even a bigger increase. And then the next one, so that'll be from November to almost right before Christmas. And hopefully I'll be able to sell off a lot of that older inventory with 50% off, plus it being right before Christmas. Yeah, so these are the last 5 sales I had in the last 24 hours on eBay. Some really good stuff, some nice profit in there, and moving some old inventory. So that's a win-win as far as I'm concerned. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you learned something. See you next video. Take care.